Now, the 4th annual Trading Africa Summit wrapped up in Cape Town today. Brigid spoke to CEO of Botswana Oil, Willie Mokgatlhe, about the impact of the lower oil price on Botswana.
You know, with the prices having gone down, obviously the impact is different for different economies. We found that in Botswana, for example, the price going down is a benefit to the economy because it cuts down on imports. It creates more incomes, as it were, for the citizens. So for a lot of countries in Africa, it is a benefit. But of course, for those countries that are producing, they're going through a difficult time because they're obviously having to cut down on their budgets. They're having to remove some of the subsidies that they have, having to introduce certain taxes just so that at least they make up for the difference.
Well, that's interesting because, you know, if we look at the economy in Botswana, and I think what's interesting, as you mentioned, is that it's largely driven by the domestic consumer. So the minute that the oil price goes down, it benefits them, and obviously they have more disposable income, which is great for growth, and it's great for consumer spending. So talk to me about those success stories, what you've done to position yourself in Botswana that you would like to see potentially happen in other the other African states that are not quite as sophisticated as yourself.
If we're concentrating on the petroleum sector, indeed, like I said, the government decided to set up this national oil company.
So there's that collaborative effort?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The aim really is just to make sure that the economy as a whole, the different elements of the economy function and ensure that continuously improving and creating efficiencies in the different areas to make sure that at the end of the day, Botswana continues to be one of the best countries in the world. We continually saying, yes, we are African, but we believe we can beat the best out there. And that's the kind of attitude.
So from a Botswana perspective, just talk to me quickly about the collaborative efforts and how you see yourself positioning with regards to other sovereigns and potentially looking at opportunities within the African continent.
Indeed, from Botswana side, as you know, the economy generally has always been driven by diamonds. From the outset, the government decided to form a joint venture with a private sector company to mine diamonds.
Brilliant, but that is so progressive.
Yes, indeed, which in itself becomes exemplary because both parties benefit. The mining continues to be very efficiently managed and the economy continues to benefit. So those are some of the examples that you clearly can see even from the olden days that Botswana, the leaders were quite visionary in terms of saying, let's ensure that the country that we set up is well run and efficient. But we believe that, again, we as a country, even though we're better than others, we believe that there is room for Botswana to work with the neighbors. Because indeed, you're right, an investor comes in, they're thinking, we're going to invest in Africa. Africa at the moment is actually 52 markets. It's not one market because we all have our own rules, regulations, and all these do hinder growth for the countries. So I believe that it's important that even countries that are doing better work with those that are not doing so well so that we can then be able to move to